Okay everyone, today's a big day for you. Today, you're actually getting your first look at my bass boat. It's a 2000 model 21-foot Champion 203 with a Yamaha VMAX 200 on the back of it. I've got a 112-pound thrust 36-volt Minn Kota trolling motor on the front of it. I actually planned on taking you guys out fishing with me the other day to show you the boat, but circumstances have it that didn't happen. I took my cousin Matt. You guys have seen him in the past video of mine where he helped us wrangle up some calves. I took him out to Pickwick for his very first trip out there, and things didn't go quite as planned. Around last Saturday, we get to the boat ramp around 2 o'clock, and everything goes fine with the launch. We put the boat in the water. Everything goes smoothly. As for my fishing strategy, I didn't have a big plan for it, so I just decided that the first dock we seen in a cove was where I was going to go because it's starting to turn to fall, and I know that fish like to get back up in the coves in the fall chasing shad. So we take off and didn't drive maybe 5 minutes before we reached the spot where I said we were going to fish at. We finish out the cove and come back out, and I decide that we're going to go to our next spot before I start filming to try to get some footage of it. As I'm pulling the trolling motor up, he tells me that there's water coming out of the bottom drain. So the best decision I could come up with in that moment was to turn the bilge pump on and haul tail back to the boat ramp, which is what we did. We trailered the boat, drained the water out of it. I didn't see anything wrong. I thought maybe the plug had a malfunction or something of that nature. And it turns out that this is where the water was coming from. This is my aerator pump, or at least was my aerator pump. It's got a small indention right here on the top where the water was actually coming out of it. Now, I don't know what happened to it, if something froze in it over the winter time and caused it to do this, or this is a 20-year-old factory aerator pump out of the boat, so it could have just been old age. There's nothing wrong with the housing on it whatsoever. So it's a mystery to me why this happened, but this is where the water was coming from, and it was coming in pretty good, actually. That seal had been broken, so safe to say that cut our fishing day short, and I wasn't able to get any footage. So I planned to get the new aerator pump and put it in and show you guys a little bit about the boat and the process, which is what we're doing today. I finally got my new aerator pump in the mail. This is a SPX Flow Johnson pump. It's almost the exact same pump that come out of it, just a little bit updated and such. It shouldn't be no issue to install. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about is how long this tube is that feeds to the outside. But this nut that comes on it should help me eliminate that excess pipe that comes through it. I don't think it should be no sawing necessary. I should be able to put a bead of silicone around this where it can adhere to the boat, and I put the cap on the outside and it worked just as the old one should. So maybe this weekend I can get you guys out on the water and show you the boat proper for the first time. And for those of you guys who are wondering, this is my first video with an external mic. I have noticed that before in the videos that I needed to work on my audio, and some of you guys made some suggestions that I should try an external microphone, which is what I've got on today. So far, I think it's working pretty good. You guys can drop me a comment below if my audio is better this time. Okay, so truth be told, this is actually my first time using the shrink wrap wire connector. I think what we're going to do is go ahead and connect both wires and then attempt to seal it down. Okay, one down, one to go. Okay, that's done. So before we go any farther, I'm going to turn on my power, see if I hear the aerator pump come on. Yep, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Working just as it should. Okay, so what we'll do now is take the actual pump itself and slide it through the opening on the back of the boat to see how far we need to twist this nut to extend this out so the cap will fit on the outside of it and hold it in place. Okay, now we'll take our nut and slide it on. This should tighten everything up nice and tight. So all we should have left to do now is attach this adapter. Let me get this tightened up and I'll show you guys what I'm doing here. Okay, as you can see, we've got our hose attached and the hose clamp is tight on it now. We're going to give this outside plug just another turn to make sure it's good and tight so that that silicone will seal to it good. Okay, so the only thing left to do now is to get this mess cleaned up and hopefully within a day or two get this boat out on the water. I don't want to take it out today or tomorrow just to give that silicone time to set up and be good. But hopefully within 2 days, I'll be able to take you guys to a small lake that's near my house and we might actually be able to do some fishing in it. If nothing else, we're going to see if this works. So guys, stay tuned and I will see you on the water. So, all right, guys. So, a couple days ago, I told you guys that we were going to take the boat back out after we did that little bit of work to it, just to see if there were any more maintenance issues that we had to deal with. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. I didn't plan for this to be no big elaborate fishing trip either. A little bit changed since the last time I talked to you. Last time I talked to you, I told you that we were just going to go to a small lake by my house. I changed my mind on that. I'm supposed to meet a man from my church tomorrow to go fishing up here with him. He's going to show me a few spots. So I thought if I was going to come up here, I might as well bring the boat to see if what we did to it's going to hold. If nothing else, I know I'm not far away from the boat ramp. I can get back to it in a hurry. Lord willing, my bilge pump works. Okay, move spots. So I decided to come to a bluff wall that's right off the side of the main river here, right outside of Yellow Creek. I've got a few other baits here tied on that I think may be good tactics as well. Okay, so I cut that a little bit short because I was still having a few technical problems with the boat. I believe for the most part we got the aerator problem fixed, but I think I've sprung another leak somewhere else that has to do with the live well. We brought it back home. It's pretty late, so I'm not going to try to do anything to it today. It's kind of disappointing because I did end up getting bit on a few of the docks I was fishing, and I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but back behind me here on my workbench, I've got a few new toys that I'm wanting to try out and make a few videos about. Now, I've never tried to trap anything before, so that's going to be a completely new experience for me, but we're going to give it a try. But that's for another video. And also, you guys know that I like to leave a little bit of a gospel message in every one of my videos. I didn't actually have time to sit down and look up any scriptures to be able to share with you guys, but I will leave you with this. If you guys will check down below in the description box, there's a link to the channel's Instagram page. It was an absolute beautiful picture that I took of the morning sky where the sun was coming up hitting the clouds. And in the description for that picture is a little scripture from the book of John. So there's that if you guys want to check it out. You can also follow me on there. I would really appreciate that. So thank you if you stuck with me through this whole video. I know it was kind of slow in places, but I really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe down below. It means a lot to me. But anyway, thank you guys that have stuck with me this far through the video. It means a lot to me, and I promise you there's more coming, so stick with me. Until then, I'll check you guys next time.